Well, look at this. It's good to be home. LA, New York, DC, LA, and now the Orange Circle. So peaceful, so lovely. I could spend the whole day just hanging around in the circle. But you know what? I'm not gonna. Because it's time to go back to the Anaheim Convention Center, where there's quite a lot going on. Because right now, the Convention Center is in the middle of Wondercon, originally known as the Wonderful World of Comics Convention, now just shortened to Wondercon. Also originally very much a Bay Area thing, but lately Wondercon has been happening in Anaheim. And I found someone pretty to go with me. Ooh. Look at all these people. Look at all these characters. We have to warn them. Winter is coming. It is quite crowded. It is quite the kerfuffle outside. In fact, it took a really long time just to get in the convention center area because there's so much traffic, such a huge crowd around here. And apparently, we've been missing out on quite a lot. I mean, if all this is going on outside, then I can't wait to see what's going on inside. Come on, we don't have a moment to lose. Wow, it looks a little different in the convention center than it did when I was here last for the NAMM show. It's a little more colorful, a little more exciting, and a little more dangerous. Ooh, the Battle of the Kylos was almost about to begin. We haven't even got on the convention floor yet, and I'm so overstimulated. Whoa, look at this. Would you look at the size of this display? Where do you even begin with something like this? I once walked through from the front to the back of Stan Lee's Kamikaze, but other than that, I've never been to an actual comic convention. Star Wars Celebration, D23, but never something so open to so many kinds of fandom. I mean, look at all these people. Just when I think I know a lot about pop culture, I see so many people dressed up as things I don't understand. Clearly, I have a lot to learn. Oh, look at this. I know these scary guys. Ooh. Hey, they found one of their cousins. That's nice. Worlds colliding with new friendships. Either that or that stormtrooper's trying to photobomb them. Okay, before I do anything else, I've got to find the booth of my friend Jeff Tucker. My friend Jeff is an author and podcaster who's hosting a panel about Back to the Future tomorrow, which he invited me to be on. And since I've never been on a panel before, I decided, what the heck? Somewhere around here is Jeff's booth. Ah, yes. Here he is, Jeff Tucker, host of the 91 Reasons podcast, Back to the Future fan, and now Back to the Future author. I'm assuming we can find this on Amazon.
Amazon.com, yes.
Wow, what a plug, what a plug.
You have to have one of those newfangled computers.
Oh, that could be a problem if you're back in 1985. Hey, look, we got some pins here and a sweet poster. For once, it's actually themed to the occasion. Look at this, it's kind of nice having a booth. You can actually kind of protect yourself, set your stuff down, enjoy a ice cold Starbucks beverage, talk to some people. Safe from prehistoric beasts back there. Ooh, scary. Ooh, found you.
All right.
Look at this, I turn around for 3 seconds and Marty's here! Marty! We're going to catch Marty! Put your hat. Forgot it. Sorry, Tucker. It's Marty's hat. It's his hat now. Watch out, Marty. I've got the remote control. Watch out for the DeLorean. Before, I would have called this a Disney Star Wars mashup, but now Disney owns Star Wars, so you're just pure Disney. Whoa. So many creative, talented people here making those costumes. All I can make is a mess. Look at this. Look at these people's costumes. They're not even costumes. That's all body paint. These people's bodies are being painted into costumes. If the regular costume people are jealous, I'm jealous too. Nobody wants to turn my body into a costume. All right, I got fake Tyler with me, which is a good thing because fake Tyler loves comic books. And this is, after all, I think, a comic book convention. Wow, look at all this. There's DC over there, Marvel over here. Dude, I've heard of Iron Man. I've heard of Wolverine. I've never heard of the Son of Satan. Have you? That's a new one.
It sounds like a good one.
Dude, look at all these old school comics. Dude, there's some really good older stuff. Look at this. Super goof. See, if I was ever going to start a comic collection, I think it would be like
weird older stuff like that, man. Cracking! Or how about Kong, the Untamed? Time Beavers! Ooh, more Son of Satan. Once you see one Son of Satan, you just start noticing them over and over.
Everywhere.
Coincidence? I think not. Oh, it's the wrong comic. Whoops. Ooh, it's not just comics here. They have some really astounding science fiction. Look at that, man. I want the movie rights to whatever the heck that is. Look, it's me, Captain Astro Blaster. I'm gonna pinch the moon. I am the incredible atomic spoon girl. We're just lost.
I'm sad.
Oh, look at this. Old school Uncle Scrooge comics. I only recently learned that Uncle Scrooge was actually one of the main inspirations for Indiana Jones. Like the whole ball rolling thing was from an Uncle Scrooge comic. The fact that he went on all these adventures. Dude, you gotta look it up. Look it up. Look at this. Greg Reese's Rare Comics. I don't see Greg.
Those guys were, you pointed at them and said their name and they had no idea why you were pointing at them.
Because they're here and I want to be excited.
It's so awkward right now.
Why?
It's still so awkward.
I don't see Greg himself over there. Where's Greg? He's on a lunch break. What? I want to see Greg. Oh, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but look at Jabba the Hutt. I don't have that. I just got a speeder bike.
You have this?
Oh yeah, for the Return of the Jedi collection. But I still don't have Jabba. Dianoga Trash Monster. See, toys are always my thing, way more than comics. I used to subscribe to the Action Figure News and Toy Review magazine. Oh yes, very nerdy about toys. But I'm not here to learn about toys, I'm here to learn about comics, at least for the moment. Teach me of comics. What's the world's best comic, fake Tyler?
Beavis and Butthead.
Look at House of Mystery. Is that a rare one? Is it valuable? Is it a good investment? This actually honestly looks fun to read. I had some comic books growing up. I had The Death of Superman. Not very valuable.
That is the worst.
Everyone had that.
The worst comic book ever.
What? Why?
It's just like the most hyped up 90s
I had The Death of Superman. I had Batman Year One. I had a few Batman comics, so I'm kind of slightly well versed in Batman.
You like Batman?
I like Batman. I'm a Batman
You like
guy.
the movies and stuff?
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
like Michael Keaton and stuff?
Oh, Michael Keaton, yes. George Clooney, not as much. See, this era Batman, this was very familiar to me because these were really cheap when I was growing up, so they were easy to get, you know, issues like this. But I kind of wish I had spent more time looking at more obscure comics like Dead Man and the Challengers of the Unknown. Those Challengers got up to some pretty screwy adventures, I tell you what, Tyler. This guy's chucking dynamite. Good one. Ooh, here's a comic book that's very similar to my life. Strange Adventure. This says Immortal Man, the hero who lived and died 100 times. Well, if he died 100 times, how immortal can he be? Ah, here's a comic series called Tales of the Unexpected. Sounds like all your doctor visits, right? Tales of the Unexpected.
Why'd you say
This
that, dude?
thing is crawling out of my belly button.
I haven't been to the doctor.
This thing. Look at all these comics. Also, look at Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. So many different comics. Master of the World. What's this? Are you ready for OMAC? Ooh, plop. A comic for everyone. Look at this. Everyone of every age, size, shape, and description is looking for that perfect comic book. Even I found one. Defenders of Dynatron City. See the hammer guy? That's my guy. And check out those old advertisements. What a fun one. Thanks for showing me that, Tyler. Dude, these are great advertisements. You see this one? This is what the old school comic fan needed. Defend yourself, skinny weakling who loves comics. That was me and you, dude. We needed to defend ourselves, and we couldn't. We missed that ad.
It's only times you can hit somebody with the Battlestar Galactica comics.
Right?
Beat you back.
Crazy because comics are popular here at the convention, but you don't see a lot of modern kids carrying comic books around. Back in the day, comic books were life. He remembers. He remembers. All right, I'm starting to go a little comic blind. I've looked through a lot of comic books. I gotta see something else. Luckily, there's much more to see than just comics. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. You can't help but feel safe with these guys around. They look surprised to see me. Very surprised. Look at this. So many creative booths over here. So much crazy stuff to see. Wow, look at this one. This is a very popular booth, and it's easy to see why. Look at the wares for sale at this booth. Look at the detail in these pieces. Whoa, you guys remember Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Wasn't my favorite thing at the time, but boy, was that a big... Whatever happened to Tommy? The Green Ranger. Was that Tommy?
I don't know.
I can't remember which one was which. Which one was the green one? Then he became the white one.
That's the Green Ranger.
No, wait. Was Tommy the blue one? Jason was the red one? Which one was the green one?
I never watched it, so I don't know.
That looks like it came right out of the show. Oh, look at this. Look at this Millennium Falcon model. I want this. How much is that, Tyler? Buy it for my birthday. Dude, there is so much detail on that. And look at this. It's the face of the ultimate bad guy. Now available in multiple colors. I can't even imagine the skill that goes into creating these replicas. They look so perfect. What other crazy stuff can we... Oh my gosh, this alien is holding a tiny bird. Not something you would want to be around your human friends, but apparently your bird friends are completely safe. Aww, what a moment. Did you see that? I wish I wasn't holding a camera so I could clap. Ah, that's really scary. Whoa! The tongue! Whoa! Whoa! Dang, look at all these cosplayers.
I'm going as a guy who doesn't want to be in this crowd but is here anyway. That's my costume.
Because you're a good friend, bro. Oh, look! Look! Another Star Wars! Star Wars! These guys are the premier Star Wars customers and prop replica makers these days. Very, very pricey stuff that I cannot afford, but I someday hope to. Look! The comlink! The comlink! Oh, I forgot. I turned it off. Oh, look at that. Bespin fatigues, stormtrooper armor. Things I don't need, but I need. Ooh, looks like they're also delving into some Trek uniforms these days. I've already got my Star Trek uniform on. I set my phasers on fun. Oh, speaking of phasers. Wubba-lubba-dub-dub, yeah! How about a trek over to the bridge of the USS Enterprise D? Look at this! They've set up an entire replica bridge, and over there's Nichelle Nichols. Oh, hurrah! Uhura. Dude, who set this up? Whose booth is this? This is amazing! Apparently, this was set up by the Hollywood Sci Fi Museum, a museum which doesn't yet exist, but they're trying to get donations to get it off the ground.
Oh.
Get it? That's a space joke. Get it off the ground.
I watch space movies.
Get it into orbit.
I watch space movies. I'm grounded, dude. I like ground movies.
So they're doing all this different stuff, taking fun pics on the bridge of the Enterprise to raise money for the Hollywood Sci-Fi Museum. That is a worthy cause. That is awesome right there. This guy right here, he's a voice of one of those guys from one of those animes that Allie loves so much. Oh yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. He was the Full Metal Alchemist. So apparently what we've discovered about this bridge here is that no, it's not an original prop. It is a replica, but it was built by the original guy using the original blueprints shortly after the original was blown up for Star Trek Generations. So basically, this is as close as you can get to the real bridge of the Enterprise. That's crazy. Nichelle Nichols over there. Uhura! And also, what's his face? Edward Elric, right? Am I getting that right? Full Metal Alchemist. Did you talk to him?
Yes.
Was he nice?
Yeah, he was.
Did you get his autograph?
No.
Aww. Well, at least you got a fun pic.
Huh?
You're an expert at doing this by now, I suppose.
Oh, an expert.
I have to tell you, you look gorgeous today.
Thank you so much.
Now it's good times. Thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much, Michelle.
All right.
Oh my gosh, you guys, Lieutenant Uhura gave me blessings. I'm so happy. I'm not much of a fun pic taker with celebrities, but come on. What a fun one. All right, I am a Star Trek fan, but we all know that when it comes right down to it, I'm a much, much bigger fan of Star Wars. Hi, Chewie. I'm sorry about Han. Whoa, holy cow, look at this. It's K2SO in life-size form. Look at that. I think he's saying something sassy, but it's hard to hear with all the noise out here. Dude, look at that. That's basically a life-size puppet version of K2SO. Did you make this? This is incredible, dude. Incredible. Look at the size of this thing. It looks so real. I feel like he's going to say something rude to me any second. Oh, hi there. Nice to meet you. I'm doing well. It's really nice to meet you. Scary K2SO robot man. Wow. Look at the detail. That is a rad fun pic right there. And look at that. That's not the only droid rolling around the convention. It's BB-8. Look how cute he is. He's always even cuter in person. Look at the ladies love BB-8. Look at that. He is chatting it up. That is not a shy droid. See, wherever there's droids, there's builders. Ah, yes. Here they are right here. My favorite guys, the R2 builders. The guys who figured out how to make their own R2-D2 replicas and got so dang good at it that they started making the droids for the movies. There's some carbon scoring here. Looks like you boys have seen a lot of action. R2, I love you so much. I love you, R2. My favorite guy. You're my favorite. My favorite. I know there's a guy controlling R2-D2 like a foot away from him. I can't help it. I feel like I'm talking to R2. This is my dream. Someday I want my own R2-D2. Uh-oh. Stormtroopers! I hate to bother you while you're on duty. I think the droids you're looking for are right there. Whoa, speaking of great booths, look at this. The 501st always comes out in style. Jose here is just showing me the craftsmanship. The wooden craft. That's so crazy because it looks so perfect and like metal. And look at that. Look at this guy. It's Kylo Ren. Oh, see, he's mad at you. He's not mad at me. I'm on his good side. Thank goodness. Oh. Look at that. That is so cool. The 501st Legion. Fan-created volunteer stormtroopers who do all kinds of charity work, all kinds of special events. Pretty cool, man. These guys make all their own costumes, sets, prop replicas. They've even marched in the Rose Parade with George Lucas, if I'm not mistaken. And they always have great photo opportunities, and they're almost always free. You don't want to mess with that guy, especially when he sticks his arms up. Whoa, so much crazy cosplay going on over here. Look at that bird again. Look at this bird. What is this bird's name?
Sky.
Sky. Aww.
I don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
Got your birdie in a whirl. Not sure if it's a boy or a girl. Oh no, Allie's gonna want a bird now. We're doomed. Oh, look at all this. This is crazy. Just so much talent and creativity on display here. Oh yeah, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I love seeing all this. But I'm also a big fan of another movie franchise on display. The Ghostbusters! Or more specifically, the Bay Area Ghostbusters. Look at these guys. Looks like they're on their lunch break. And then next to the Ghostbusters, you've got the Rebel Legion over here. People cosplaying the Rebels, finally. I think Batman's interested in joining the Rebels. There's a Gonk droid over here. Gonk. Gonk, gonk. Look at this fun pig station they have set up with rebel costumes. This would be the group for me, because let's face it, I'm a loner, Dottie. A rebel. Whoa, look at some of this steampunk stuff. Even a steampunk scooter right there. That is awesome. Uh-oh. Don't blink. Nobody blink. Don't look away. Oh, she looked away. Whew, we're safe. Whoa, speaking of crazy booths. I don't know what Genesis 2 is, but look at these creatures. And we have the co-creator sitting here, meeting and greeting. Oh, it's a new novel that they're writing? Like a graphic novel? Or just a regular novel that they wanted to have creatures for? I don't know. But it's doing its job, the booth, I mean. Because now I really want to find out. It's amazing the difference a couple of creatures can make. Whoa, Buzz, your girlfriend. Whoa. Oh my gosh, look over there. You see that guy? That is the soup Nazi from Seinfeld.
No soup for you.
I feel like if we get any closer to him, we'll probably have to pay him. And I'm worried that even if we do pay him for a fun pic, he'll say, no pic for you. Allie's looking at the soup Nazi's wares. I'm too intimidated. I'm too scared of him. That's crazy because there's the soup Nazi right there, and right next door to him is Bobby Clark, who was the Gorn in that classic Star Trek episode, The Arena. My friend Adam just filmed a whole thing at the filming location for that fight. He's trying to recreate it, walking around with a Gorn mask. Pretty funny stuff. Check it out. And then on the very end, we've got Al White. He's the guy that chases Marty McFly out of his house in part 2 in the alternate timeline with the baseball bat. He was also in Airplane speaking jive, but mostly Back to the Future part 2. Back to the Future part 2. You're dang right, you made a mistake. You tell that realtor we ain't gonna be terrorized. Great flick. Great frickin' flick. Look at this. Every time I run into anybody in Star Wars gear, I start to kind of fanboy out a little bit. Like I kind of just want to follow you guys around and stare at you way too much, get a little creepy, a little heavy breathing going on.
Hey, buddy.
Get way too close in your personal space, touch helmets. I touched the Star Wars and the Star Wars touched back. R2's moving around before I can leave the Star Wars corner of the convention over here. I wanted to mention something over here next to R2-D2. I wanted to mention that Wally over there, but I'm getting distracted by my favorite astromech droid of all time, R2-D2. Look at this over here. It's Wally. Hi, Wally. Look at that. That's amazing. Wally and R2-D2 hanging out together. All the celebrity droids. Poor BB-8's all by himself, but still very popular. Gosh, how could you ever get tired of seeing these droids? Okay. Time to see what else we can see. Look at this. We got a whole Street Fighter family. Look, it's little Chun-Li. She's so cute. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Hadouken! And look at this. It's Abraham Lincoln. He looks a little different than the last time I saw him. Oh, you're ready to do battle this time.
I get John Wilkes Booth. I've come back to get even with John Wilkes Booth.
That's awesome. Well, it looks like you're gonna have an easy time getting even with that equipment, Mr. President.
As long as you don't sneak up behind me.
Thank you for your time, Mr. President.
You're welcome.
And happy hunting.
Thank you.
Gosh, look at all this stuff. Look at all these people. I am becoming highly overstimulated. You know, it's not a very big convention, Wondercon, compared to some other ones I've been to here. I thought I could see everything in one day, but I was completely wrong. It's not just about the stuff on display. It's also about all the fans themselves, the costumes, the conversations, the collecting, the camaraderie. You know, all your basic C's. Okay, that is awesome. That is a great idea. Oh, she's an Uber for porks. Genius. I want to go on a Star Tour. Yes. Oh my goodness. What the heck? In theory, that's really cute. In reality, that's terrifying. There's something so scary about that. Wow. I feel like we've seen a little bit of everything today. Except the merchandise. We really haven't dived into that. But there's a lot to dive into. Oh, who do we have here?
Well, my name's Shecky. Who are you?
Shecky?
Shecky Monster.
Oh, my name's Justin.
Oh, Justin.
Most of the
nice
time
to
I'm
meet you.
Justin Scar. But around monsters, I become Justin Scared. What was I going to talk about before I was distracted by puppets? Oh yeah, merchandise. Look at this. Ultra sabers. Look at the wide selection of lightsabers available here. Whoa, all kinds of posters and original art pieces. Look, Allie, it's your favorite, Kiki. I don't know what I like better, the steampunk clothing or the kilt. Great Scott! What a bonny kilt! I like it!
Well, that's a man after my own heart!
Oh, but look at this! No one's looking. We can finally look at the toys! Oh man, I never had the Blackbird, but I always wanted it. Oh, remember the Exo Squad? That was pretty short-lived, but it was a cool idea. What the heck are these? Colored Funko Batmobiles? I have the regular black one of this. I also have this old 1984 Superpowers Kenner Batmobile. Dude, vintage Kenner was the bomb toy company. Wow, a lot of X-Men stuff. I always forget just how big X-Men was in the 90s. Especially X-Men trading cards. It was a craze. More phasers on fun. That is a great name for a toy booth. Especially one with so many toys that I actually had. Oh, look, the screaming Ghostbusters figures. I had those. Oh, Return of the Jedi figures. Also, both Kenner. Oh, and Talking Pee-wee. That was a very dangerous booth for me to be around. Oh no, they're all dangerous for me to be around. Look, more superpowers. Oh, Mego. Vintage Star Wars. Ninja Turtles. Dick Tracy. The Toy Biz DC Heroes line. So many things here from my childhood. The Toilet Taxi. The Batwing Water Blaster. Beetlejuice. 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 Yes. This stuff is all so awesome. Seeing some of these toys is like running into an old friend. Actually, I've ran into a couple people from my high school here. Seeing the toys is actually more fun. I didn't play sports. I didn't own that many video games. I was definitely one of those kids that spent more time with puppets and action figures than other people. My imagination was my best friend. And it's weird because I've never been to a comic convention before, but I get the sense that for many of these people, their childhoods were very similar. I want one. I'm jealous. All right, guys, I am officially getting completely overwhelmed. Marty! 88 miles per hour! What? What's wrong? What was I saying? Oh yes, I'm starting to actually get overwhelmed. I can't see anything anymore. All I see is blurs of color and light and sounds and creatures and creations. Custom plush, strange creatures, zombie gnomes. Oh yeah, I think I might need to take a little rest. Definitely impossible to see everything here in just one day, but we've definitely seen a lot. So many new things to discover and old friends to rediscover. Definitely a little overwhelming. But as I was about to say, I think we've seen enough to do our duty. So Reptar, we're gonna go home and sleep well. What have you done to the Ewoks? Their heads! Oh, you're horrible!
Nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
Why?